Namaskar, everyone. Welcome to the fourth episode of Safarnama, Capturing the Shadows. We are talking about people who defied the so called normal, people who dealt with situations bounded by restrictions created by the society, people who attempted to look beyond the fabricated reality. And today, we will talk about how language becomes a barrier, an impediment for few people. And for this conversation, we have with us Merusan Suyambu, who is from Tamil Nadu state and who has graduated in BA Honors Economics from Hansraj College this year. He was also my senior in NCC. Sir, please welcome to our episode.
Yeah, thank you.
So we would start with your brief introduction and how was your college life at Hansraj College?
Yeah, I have done my schooling in Tamil Nadu state. I have done my intermediate course in Hyderabad. So due to the guidance of my intermediate staffs, I have opted for Delhi University and have opted Hansraj College. My first preference was Shriram College of Commerce, but unfortunately, due to the lack of cutoff, I couldn't cross due to lack of mark, I couldn't cross the cutoff. So my second option was Hansraj. Though it was second, but it was the best. I got every opportunity where I couldn't get there in Shriram College of Commerce. As you know that we don't have NCC in Shriram College, and hostel is one of. And I got by comparing this, I felt really very satisfactory when I joined Hansraj College. So and within a initial period, I have got in admission in Hansraj Hostel too, which is one of the best hostel in Delhi University in accommodation and food. And I'm a kind of person who loves to explore and use the opportunities as much as we can. So I have joined a number of societies in NCC and in NSS, and I have been part of Hansraj Kabaddi team, represented our college in inter-university Kabaddi tournament. So it was really full fun when exploring. I'll be very busy in my college life. So because of the 1.5 year corona, we were stuck in the between the whole four walls. It was quite saddened, but still it was okay in the 1.5 years. I felt satisfied.
At least you experienced college physically that we couldn't. So, sir, coming to our topic for today, what challenges did you face as a non-Hindi speaker at University of Delhi?
Yeah, I have faced a number of challenges, but it's not that a big challenge. But we can survive even knowing a little bit English. In the initial period of 2 to 3 months, I suffered a lot by not understanding the common language of Hindi. But in the initial period, within 3 months, I can understand the major words, the common words we use. Within 1 year, 6 months, 8 months, can repeat Hindi. So it was really very fun learning. And the place where we felt the challenge is in the outside of the rickshaw wala, and we don't feel any challenges in the academic, as our college is a very reputed college. Our staffs will be teaching only in English. Actually, now, if we don't have any problem in academic side, but when you come to socialize, you'll have a number of challenges, like you can't communicate as much as like mother tongue or in English to the non-Hindi people. As most people know the English language, so it's not big that challenge. It was a quite small challenge. If you can overcome it, it's very interesting and it will be very fun loaded learning Hindi.
Yes, sir, of course.
Yeah.
Myself being a Hindi speaker, I don't know what challenges you people face. I would like to know what barriers does not knowing a language bring. Now, there are people who are not comfortable in English as well. So what daily challenges do you think they face in their college life?
Yeah, actually in college life, not knowing a language is not a challenge actually. No, you'll be having round up only with 4 to 5 people around you, who the best friends, who knows the language you know. So when you don't be challenged among your friends, but when you want to speak to third person, other unknowing person who doesn't know that language, then it will become a challenge. Okay, then it will become a barrier to not communicate what you can't express what you think. So in my initial days of NCC, I felt the same, where more people are from a Hindi background, but the Hindi background, Sanskrit background, they don't know the Hindi, normal English. I mean, I can't understand the Hindi. They can speak English too in sometimes, but I can't understand the Hindi and the actual meaning. So that was a few challenges. But in the days passes by, my seniors really in NCC helped us by translating to the Hindi commands and Hindi words in NCC. Then it was really fun, and it was like very. Sometimes I felt awkward too, but in the days after 1 year, it was full of fun and it was okay. I started to learn interestingly the language Hindi.
Yes, so learning is the key, and getting accustomed to the situation. I think that is the key to facing challenges. You talked about your friends. How was the attitude of the college faculty and your fellow mates? Were they sympathetic and supportive about your problem?
Yeah. The friends and the college staff, actually, first of all, let's take a staff, our college. They'll be very polite and they'll be, depends upon, they'll reflect what we have done to us. Actually, if we approach in a good way, they'll be approaching us. If we, most probably, we'll be approaching the teachers very in good manner only. So they will be very kind and they'll be supportive in what they can do. They'll be very helpful in whatever the non-teaching staffs, the teaching staffs, they will be very helpful. And when you take a friends, they are, they're the lives of they're stones of life. I mean, the college life, because without them the college life is empty, as you are facing now. Actually, without friends, people are facing really very hard. The friends is one of the major part of the college life, where we'll be roam around wherever you go. It was really fun filling and they were very supportive in my career, in my still I have friends who I can share whatever we can, and we can get a guidance from them. And one more thing, now friends are like when we come to Hansraj College, like diverse people. And I have friends from Kerala, so that Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and other states, from Chattis, from all over states. There was a survey in my academic class, where in my BA Honors Economics there are 22 states. There are people from 22 states in my college. There was an article, substituting language, that diverse we are. So we can in future, whatever help, whatever the help, we can just by a phone call we can have it easily.
So even I think that is the pros of being at Delhi University, that you have people from different cultures, from different backgrounds. And there is a term called cultural subversion, where one culture, it dominates over the other culture. So have you ever felt in your college life that the culture of Delhi that has dominated over the other cultures? No, it should have a mixed culture, a syncretic culture. So did you feel that a dominance of the Delhi culture?
Yeah, I felt really very dominant Delhi culture, because as we Tamilians, we are a very minority there in my college. There are only 22 people from Tamil Nadu studying in Hansraj College, which is a very little minority. And from Kerala, there are around 100 people. So they have celebrated Onam in our college ground. They have been permission, but we can't celebrate Pongal. So there was associations like Delhi Student Association for Tamil Telugu people, where they celebrate their regional festivals. There are number of the Delhi festivals like Holi. They influence more in my career. In like the past 2 years, I haven't enjoyed my regional festival. We don't have a holiday for that, so it will be quite heart touching for Pongal. We don't have holiday in our college. That day we will be wearing our cultural dress and going to class, but no one will be knowing that it's a Pongal holiday. It will be quite heartbreaking. No, it was a very famous language, but I can't. I can't say it wrong to those people, because they are from other states. They don't know about this. So it's up to me, because how I take. So I have been to my friends and I just enjoyed Sankranti. We call Sankranti Pongal in my in my hostels. So it was fine. But still, there was dominance over that. So I didn't mistake that, actually, because we are minority. We have to suffer that. So if the people knows that and encourage and wishes me on the Pongal and Sankranti, it will be very we'll be feeling well when someone visits our lab for our festivals. So I felt it, but I don't feel that bad, because I have to accept it, because we are in the minority. They don't know about that. So it was okay with that. I haven't feel that much, but little bit. Yes.
It is very surprising for me that we don't have a holiday for Pongal. I think we should have an understanding and acquaintance of other cultures as well, and that would create a better culture in India. What are the solutions that you propose for India's language problem? Like, how can we conserve the diversity of language, at the same time also find a language that binds the people of India?
Yeah, every policy has its pros and cons. When it takes there is the new education policy, where they have brought a three language policy, which is optional. It was opposed by my state people. No, the reason, you have to think from our side also. No, you people speak Hindi. It's very easy to communicate, and where we don't speak Hindi, we don't even know to write and read. Still, in Tamil Nadu, it's an optional, it's a voluntary basis. I know Hindi to read and write through writing the exams like Madhyama, Rashtrabhasa, Prathmik, which is conducted by the some organizations. So I came to know the letters. It's a totally voluntary basis. But in implementing the compulsory for three languages is not a fine thing, because in the the rural sector, people may speak Tamil, and they for a job, for the placement purpose, English is okay. For world, for exploring, for if the people who who wants to go to other states like me, they will be taking voluntarily the Hindi course. So what I think is we should leave what as it now. Well, like what is in the state governments, we have only Tamil and English. So we should not bring the third language because we feel when we bring the language of third language, we feel the purity of the language will be decreasing. Because when you take example, if you take in Hindi, there are a number of words where you influence while speaking generally, you influence the English words. So when you come to three language policy, you will speaking Hindi, English, and Tamil. Give example. So which language you speak actually commonly? You know, I felt I have experience in my Hyderabad where many people will speaking Hindi as well and Telugu. So the people when we are living in Hyderabad, we have to know the both languages. So that then only we can communicate. There is no common language. So people will speak, but most of them speak Hindi. So this is the problem we face in three language policy, and the purity of the language will be suffered a lot in the day-to-day communications. Yeah.
I think that we should learn languages, but it should not be imposed. It should not be compulsory, and that should be a personal choice to learn a third language. Do you support English as the lingua franca of India?
No, we can't actually. I don't support actually. We can bring even this has a pros and cons. When we take the people who studies in a Hindi medium or in Tamil medium, they feel very hard to learn English. But so English becomes very language which is worldwide spoken and placement purpose and everything. Still, it can't be forced. But the people who wants to go in the career, they will be taking a voluntary basis and they'll be learning a lot. They'll be taking interest. So we can't compel them. Still, there is a people. There are in my admission process. Still, there are reservations for Tamil, and there, I think so. There have been reservations for the Hindi medium people in my US states too. So Hindi certain point of view, we can't implement very forcefully, and because of this implementation, we will be lacking our Hindi or Tamil in the future generation. Because when we take our child, and I think so, we will be joining on CBSE education. CBSE, we won't have a Hindi medium. They'll be English. They'll be forgetting Hindi or Tamil. So it is not recommendable. Actually, we have to preserve that through the medium of language, and we are running through. Actually, in our India now, we are running through the English and for the placement and the future employment purpose. So this has to be changed. This was very hard to change. This depends on the mindset of the people, and everything depends on the mindset of the state. Yeah.
In my opinion, I think that we should conserve our vernacular languages and should pass on this culture, because our culture can be expressed in our languages. A foreign language cannot be suitable to our culture. And exactly. I think we should develop a kind of self-esteem for our languages. My last question is, what suggestions do you have for students with a non-Hindi mother tongue who study at the Delhi University?
Yeah, I don't think so. They will be facing a number of challenges for non-Hindi, right?
Non-Hindi mother tongue, like Gujarati or like Tamil or Telugu.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they have to learn when they have to decide whether they are going in the school days itself, whether they are going to north side or in the outer state. If they are going to north side, they have to take a basic Hindi class, like they have to know the letter, and they have to write some exams and to read and write at least, not to understand. When we go to the Delhi, will be to understand actually. The suggestion is we have to conversate with the non-Hindi speaking people. We should not just mix up only with our regional people. We should have to conversate, and we have to explore and discuss our culture and do other states, other language. That's the opportunity which is giving. That is the only opportunity which Delhi is giving. I know there is a number of people who come from various various states and communicate, and they exchange, and still they have their in contact in future too. So it was the only suggestion is we have to explore. We should not be very controlled. We've been very controlled and very strict to our regional language. We have to talk to others too. That was the only suggestion I have. So if they do it, they'll be just enjoying the life.
Certainly, if we have conversation that removes the kind of hesitation that we have. With this, we come to the end of our session today. India's diversity and languages make her unique and embellishes her culture. But to conserve this culture and diversity, we need to develop mutual respect and tolerance, and also an understanding for the other culture. With this note, we come to the end of today's conversation. Thank you so much.
Welcome.